Hi, Glenn Ridge here, and this is my Lanatech MAZDA RX7. It's a car which was brought out in the mid-1990s, 95, 96, around that era. It was used very much in the GT production series, racing against the Porsches and that with a lot of success. Limited run, this is I think number 27 out of 28 which were made, and we purchased it in 1995 and did our first Target Tasmania in 1996 in it. Came fourth outright, and it's been racing in tarmac rallies all the way around the country for a long time now. It's very much standard as an SP. When they came out, they had a long-range fuel tank. It's a sequential turbo, which means a turbo comes in early in the piece, followed by another one which takes you through the higher level of the range there. A lot of carbon fibre under the bonnet, and not a lot of room to move in it. It's a standard rotary motor, I guess you'd say, but incredibly high performance. We've kitted this out with a full roll cage, so it's a fully race spec, and as I say, as far as the tarmac rally car is concerned, it's fantastic. Got some great weight transitions between the front and the rear, and for an old guy to drive, it's actually a very easy car, and we love it. And the beauty of it, which is fantastic, is so many people who enjoy rotaries and enjoy the turbos and the rise burners, they just love this car because of what it does. It had a very successful period in the Australian motor racing series during the mid-1990s, and it's still, to me, one of the most special cars. We love getting into it. We're here at Mount Buller at the moment. We've just done a couple of runs up the Mount Buller road, about 18 k's. It's some of the best road you'll ever see, and to be able to do it in a closed road situation where you can use all the road to get up here is just good fun. And we've got to thank Lanatech for their support, because it's great having an all-Australian company on board and being able to show it around, showcase it around the country in the RX7. So thank you, Lanatech.
And now, on with the show.
G'day, and welcome to Diecast Labs. Today I have to do some adjustments to today's casting, which is a Matchbox Speed Kings MAZDA RX7. And here in Australia, they were a MAZDA RX7 SP. As you watch this casting go around the turntable, I'd like to thank the returning friends of the channel. If you're a first-time viewer, I hope you stay and share what sometimes a bumbling old fart like me gets up to, trying to give old diecast toys a new life. This channel is geared to the hobbyist, so what I do is not always perfect, but at least I'm giving it a go. So sit back and relax and watch today's episode. You never know, you might have a laugh or two, or you might be inspired with what I try and do. So let's get on with the show. Okay, so let's take a closer look at this Matchbox Speed Kings MAZDA RX7. Matchbox International Limited, made in China. Now in Australia, these were RX7 SP. Now this one does have all its wheels in not too bad condition. We can do that. Plastic base. It's play worn, but it's not in too bad a condition. It does have speckles of something over the body and over the window unit, so we're going to have to do something with that. No 3D printing in this episode. So I hear you shouting, yay! Anyway, that's the casting. It's in reasonable condition. You know, some would say, you know, sort of, do I restore it? Don't I? Yeah, I could have sat it on the shelf, but the thing that's making me say yes, do something with it is the whatever is over the window unit and this part of the fender and door. If it didn't have so many paint chips on it, I probably would have left it as it was. You know, so that little bit of paint chip on there, I would have been happy with. So anyway, next step is taking it apart. To save your hearing, I use the burr tool on my rotary tool. I go onto the post just to take the post head off, and that should be enough. Other people in the die-cast fraternity, they'll use a drill. That's fine for them. That is what works for them. But if you're a beginner, holding and using a drill, you can do one or two things. You can slip, you can drill yourself, you can break the post, you can break your drill. Hence why I've opted for the burr tool. Just make life simple, but you do what works for you. So to get it off, there's our wheels. There's a one-piece metal suspension. And like I said, it's a plastic base. So we don't need to strip anything off there. We just need to give it a good wash. Interior. Is grey. Needs a wash. It is missing its steering wheel. So I do apologise. We are going to do some 3D printing in this episode. We need to print a steering wheel. So that's our interior. All right. We're going to need to use the burr tool to take just take that burr off the post, and then we'll be able to pop the windscreen out. Otherwise, she is apart. So I'm going to do it off camera to save your ears, and we'll move on to the next segment. Okay, so we're going to put our window unit into a tub. Now you could use, a lot of people use Dettol, but any household disinfectant will do. So we're going to let that do its swishy swish thing for a little while we move on to the next part, which I have to get ready. So we'll set that aside because we're going to a stripper venue. Stand by. Well, we're back at the world famous stripper venue, and our strippers are called caustic soda. In there. If you're wanting to know how much I use in there, it's roughly about, what does it say? 1/3 of a cup. Sorry, no, 1/8 of a cup. That's what it says on the front there. 2 scoops, which is plenty. So, what our strippers like. is they like to have a nice warm hot bath. Well, warm hot. Right. They like to have a hot one. So we'll give it to them. Put enough water in to cover our casting. Just a little bit more. There we go. Our casting is covered. You can see that the reaction that we're having down the bottom. So the strippers are enjoying themselves. They're having a wonderful old dance around there. Oh yes, we're having a wonderful time here. So we'll let that do its thing. And we'll come back with a naked vehicle. So catch you in a moment while I have some fun with some strippers. See you soon. So to aid in our strippers, we're doing the swishy dance. So we'll keep doing that. Most of the paint is off. Just move it around a bit. Alright. Next time you see this, the vehicle will be naked. See you there. Okay, there's our window unit. So we're going to put it into our self-shining floor polish. We shall put it on our piece here to drip dry. We shall take that away because we don't need that part of it anymore. As we try and close the lid. No, it's not closed properly because if it falls over, it's going to spill. Now, we don't want that, especially when we've got fumble fingers about. Yeah, hello fumble fingers. So let this thing do its bit. Somewhere safe. Famous last words. Somewhere safe. So, now we bring in our naked car. Didn't warn you. So if you're new to DFNs, tough luck. Here we go. I'm going to use my scourer and the, sorry about that, and the brass bristle brush as I come up, try and come over the top of you. I do that over the casting. Others will use a brush on the back of a Dremel tool. After I've done the brass brush, I go with the scourer. So that card's going to come up nice and shiny. That's what it was like when it came out of the caustic soda from our strippers. We're going to get it nice and shiny. Bring you back in a moment when she's done. There we go, we knocked you again. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Okay, here we are. The whole casting is nice and shiny now that we're naked, so that we don't offend people. I suppose we should put a covering on. So next time you'll see this, we'll have it covered. See you soon. This is a reminder, don't forget to vote on the Diecast Labs YouTube channel for the build for February. And your choices are the Spot On Morris 1100, the Corgi Toys Sport Prints, the Mirror Citroen CX, and the Russian car, which I can't name because I can't pronounce it. Anyway, so put in the comments on the YouTube channel for the first video of 2026 Diecast Labs 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can name the car. So they're the 4 candidates to be built in February for the last week. So you choose either 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. See you soon. Don't forget to vote.
And now, on with the show.
Well, it's 3D printing time. And I apologise for the glare that's behind me because we are doing this during the day. So we'll adjust our camera. There we go, now I'm centered. Now you can look at my ugly face. Alright, we're working on a Matchbox Speed Kings MAZDA RX7, and it is the SP version for the Australian, well, I'm calling it SP version, which was for the Australian market. So this thing is missing its steering wheel, so we're going to 3D print. So we're going to start off with opening up the slicing program. As you can see, I've already got the steering wheel there, but we can get rid of that. So we go to my downloads folder, where I've already downloaded the STL file. So we go to there, Minimize that for a moment. It comes in like that, but for what I'll do is two different ways. I'll do a copy of that one, just the one, because you can do it either way. And this one we're going to rotate, so we'll see how best that prints. So we're going to rotate it 180 degrees, so it has the main steering part down the bottom. So we'll go over to where it's give it some support. This is our build plate down here. This part here has automatically, how I've set it, to create what's called a raft, make it easy to come off this build plate. So now we go over to our supports. We're going to do light supports, and we are going to auto support. And we come back to our original thing here. So we're just going to select one of them. Again, we're going to copy or clone, if you like. And we're going to do the same with that one. So we're going to have, we'll have 5 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 6 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we shall do that. Go Control A or select all. We now slice. Change that to 26.5 because we are using a black resin. We are going to go island detect. And it did not find any island, so we're good to go. We'll save the file onto our 3D. Just going to have it Matchbox Speed Kings or king size steering wheel. We'll save it. That's going directly onto the thumb drive. Don't need to do that. Go back over here, and we can close. We can close Chichi box. We say yes, and we'll see you over at the 3D printer. This is just a reminder as to what we started with at the beginning of today's episode. And here we are. Now, here we are with our Matchbox Speed Kings MAZDA RX7. The Australian version is the SP. So what have we done? Of course, we've stripped it off its paint. We cleaned up the window unit. We have done some slight modifications to the interior. And that's about it. Given the repaint, of course. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video, you liked the outcome, liked the video, subscribe if you haven't, share it, and I hope to catch you next time at Diecast Labs. Bye for now.